How's it going, David from Comic Book Investments? So, got some stuff back from CGC and stuff in general. But before I get into all of this, if you want to win this book over here, look, I got it stand up all nice. So you can see it all nice. X-Men 130 and an 8.5. If you want to win this, right? Is it 8.5? Yeah, it's 8.5. If you want to win this book for free in our giveaway, all you have to do is head over to collectorscomics.com. There'll be a giveaway button at the bottom, or there'll be a banner, or there'll be something like that. And all you have to do is click enter. That's it. That's all you have to do. We'll take care of the shipping, everything like that. Just go over there, collectorscomics.com, enter in. Also, we have an auction going on right now, ends next week. So if you want to pick up some pretty good books and things like that, check out our auction. Bid away, just like something, follow something, whatever you want to do. And yeah, and let me know if there's any book down there that you like and you're gunning for or something like that. All right, so if you want to win this, it's going to be there. So let's get into this. This one, I honestly don't even know what this is. I've seen it a couple times, but I really don't know much about this character. His name is Scud, the Disposable Assassin. I don't know. Couldn't tell you much. All I know is it was an indie book. Maybe I'll move this a little closer. All I know is an indie book, and then it later got published on Image. This is the first one back. This is the second printing, so it is pretty rare. And in a 9.8, even more rare. $4.99. I got a bunch of these Spectacular Spider-Mans number 32. Not number. This is number 32. By about up from like 32 down to like, I don't know, 50 something, or I don't know, ton of 9.8. So if you're into Spectacular Spider-Man, this one's $2.49. Actually, these issues, there's not that many in a 9.8. Like I looked at the census, and a lot of them have anywhere from like 6 to like 10. So not too many 9.8s. This one's interesting. I don't really know much about this. All I know, it was an advertisement put in the Dallas Herald-Times. Has a John Romita cover. So this is X-Men at the State Fair. And came back great on wanted, $2.59. Here we got is Wolverine Limited Series number 1, but this is the newsstand edition, so adds a very high premium to that. I thought it'd be a 9.6 and 9.8. Got the 9.8, $15.49. Here's another indie character I knew nothing about. I don't even know if this character is still ongoing. I don't think it is. I don't even recognize any of the writers and artists on this book. Normally, like if you see an indie book and it has some value, this is from 87. Usually there's something like, oh, it was so-and-so, it's like Rob Liefeld. You know, a lot of these people will start their own comic book to get noticed and then, you know, eventually become something. So this is Zed the Intergalactic Ninja. The only thing I can tell from this is the art. It couldn't be because it's 1987, but it looks like 3D rendered art. Honestly. Very weird how it's done. Don't know how to explain it, but I doubt that existed. If it did, that'd be very cool if someone figured that out. Maybe that's why it's popular. I thought it'd be 9.4. I got an 8.5. It's not really worth sending again, but $169. Now on to some a little more expensive books. So bust out those wallets. And we got Spider-Man number 6. And where is this one? I don't know what this one is worth. It's not on this sheet. But nonetheless, it exists. And these are all for sale on our website, collectorscomics.com. I must have accidentally deleted it. Okay. I mean, a lot of people are like, hey, you're having trouble with the glare. So if I go like that, see how glary it is? Not as bad as it was before. I fixed it a little bit. Also, it's a little earlier in the day. But if I tilt it up, you get a much better view of the comic book. But here's the problem. It could easily fall over. So I have to be very gentle. That's how I fixed that problem. Came back great and wanted $12.99. Got a Daredevil number 1 and a 1.5. thought it'd be a 1.8, got a 1.5, 15.49. Overall, I think overall the grades were just okay. Some good ones, some bad ones, and most of them middle of the road. So the other day, maybe this is what I'll put the title as. The other day, like 2 days ago, not that I go into, we have the master bathroom and then we have like a guest bathroom it's just a half bath. And I went in there and I stepped on the floor and I'm like, did someone spill water on the floor? Turns out a pipe burst and it had a small leak. Like it was spraying out water behind the walls and went underneath my floor. So then I had to hire a plumber. They came out, they found the leak, they fixed it and all that kind of stuff. Now I have a bunch of stuff like drying out my home and it's just been a nightmare. Couldn't sleep because of that. I was just calculating how much is this going to cost me. And then I went through my insurance, but the insurance doesn't fix the plumbing part, but they will fix the restoration of it. But then I don't even know if it's worth it because my deductible is so high. So it might not be worth it in the end. And then also the people that came out, they have like these like fans and like these heater type things, humidifiers, whatever, or dehumidifiers. They came out and they put all the stuff up. And because my insurance called them and my insurance company was like, we will pay for the assessment, which is like $50, but then we won't cover anything else until we determine if you have coverage, if we deem it coverable. I'm like, okay, fine. So then I go upstairs, I come back downstairs, they put all these machines everywhere. I was like, whoa, what are you guys doing? And they're like, oh, we were told to put the machines down. I was like, well, my insurance said they only covering the assessment. I'm like, I'm not paying for this because I don't know yet. And they're like, oh, don't worry, your insurance is covering it. I'm like, are you sure? I literally just talked to them. And they're like, yeah, our boss said it's fine and the insurance is covering it and everything. I'm like, okay, so I'm just letting you know, the insurance said they're not covering this until they determine if they can. And they're like, yeah, it's fine. If they don't cover it, then don't worry, it's on us. I'm like, okay. Then literally they leave. I call my insurance company. I'm like, I just want to clarify, are you covering this? Did I get coverage? And they're like, what? No, we didn't at all. So they call the company and they call me like, yeah, so we made a mistake. We weren't supposed to put those down. But it's too late in the day. We'll come back tomorrow and pick it up. I'm like, okay, so I get this for free. And if they're like, yeah, you get it for free if you end up not being covered. I'm like, okay. So make it even cheaper. But still, I had to shell like $2,000 yesterday, and it's going to be more to fix everything. Nonetheless, this book came, I thought it was 5.5, came back 6.0, $19.99. So I got a lot of books, so I'm going to go a little faster here. Fantastic Four Annual #1. I have to stop telling you guys stories. Came back grade 1 for $19.99. But I don't know. Maybe I just love telling the stories and you guys don't really care. Giant size. I got a couple of these. This one I thought it'd be a 6.0 to 6.5. Got a 5.0, $16.99. I looked at it again. It's just not really worth it. That's the interesting thing about giant size is like there's not that much variation on price as it goes up until you hit like I think like 8.0 and above. But like 6.5, 5.5, 4.0, they're all kind of worth about the same. It's a very odd book. It's like the only Hulk 181 is similar to that, but not as bad as giant size. Horrific #8. Thought it'd be 3.0, got a 5.0, so that's very good. $9.99. Got a couple of these. First, Swampy. House Secrets 92. It's his first appearance. Came back great. I wanted $15.49. I did get one. It was an 8.0, but it came back restored, a little bit of color touch. And I was like, ugh. But, so if you want a color touched one, I got that as well. Obviously much cheaper than a regular 8.0. Iron Man came back great. I wanted $16.99. First appearance of Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider. If you watch my video from previous and my short, I talked about how this is not actually the first appearance of Ghost Rider. First appearance of Ghost Rider was back in 1957, 58. Tim Holt, 11 was the comic book. Thought it'd be 4.5, got a 5.0, $8.99. First appearance of, was it Weapon 23? Yep, Weapon X-23. I don't know if she's going to make an appearance in the new Deadpool movie. I don't know. But I am very excited for that movie. I don't know what this is. I must have deleted it. Like, a lot of times I try to make this list shorter, and so I only put the ones I think I'm going to talk about. And then I go and grab the books, and then I forget which ones I deleted. Showcase 17 is first Adam Strange, I believe. Yep, first appearance, Adam Strange. He later went on to be in, so he appeared a couple times in here, and then he went on to have a regular in Tales of the Unexpected. No, that doesn't sound right. Why am I blanking on this? What is it? I can't think of it. He went on to basically be in his own magazine, but it wasn't Adam Strange magazine. It was Space Adventures. Tales of Space. Oh man, I feel dumb. Cannot think of it right now. Anyways, $11.99. Always a great cover. Always love showcasing it. I wonder if the original cover exists of this, the original art. Silver Surfer number 4 and the 7.0. That came back great. I wanted $10.99. This World War II cover, very cool. I was talking to someone about World War II covers. It's, I think the reason why they're, like, you can, let's say you have an Action comic or a Captain America comic or something like that, old Golden Age, and it's like a normal cover or whatever, and then the next one will be like a World War II cover. You know, this one, I don't even think this has Hitler. Doesn't have Hitler on it. He does appear in the magazine, but he's not on the cover, but it's a World War II. They end up going for a little more, especially if they're more villainized. So if some of the Nazis are like super villainized, like they're monsters or they're ghouls or they have like sharp claws and there's blood dripping out of them or a skull or something like that, it goes for even more. Usually it has nothing to do with first appearance. People love the cover. And I was trying to figure out why do people love it? Because, I mean, most people that are around during World War II, like if they want a nostalgia thing, they were like either little kids or long gone. So there's not much of that. But I think the reason why is it's so taboo and crazy because you couldn't do something like that today. Like if we were at war with whoever the hell we're at war at, let's say like, I mean, none of these are really wars. We're just funding the wars. That's a whole other thing. But let's say we're at war Russia or Palestine or whatever like that, something like that. If we drew Vladimir Putin on a comic book and made him all ghoulish and everything, oh, there'd be so much outrage. Like, and they wouldn't do it. And also, a lot of artists, comic book artists, are not like that, so they wouldn't ever do that. So I think that's what is attractive about these old covers, is because the fact that they did do it and it was actually cool to do. Like when you did a cover like this, beating up the opposite side or making the opposite side look like just basically super, degrading and things like that. I mean, look how they drew the Japanese back then. I think that was looked at as like a positive thing. So it's like, it's just so different. I think that's why people like it. I don't know. You tell me. People that collect World War II covers, like, why do you like that? I mean, I look at it, I think it's cool. This is from a different era. It's kind of cool looking, that taboo-ness of it. So you tell me, if you're a World War II cover collector, Golden Age stuff, it's like, why do you like it? Like, give me the reasons why in the comments below. I'm just very, very curious your perspective, because I'm going off of my perspective. Speed Comics number 27. That'd be a 3.0, got a 4.5. $24.99. See, I told you, expensive. Well, these are also rare too, but nonetheless, it's kind of like these covers. Like, this isn't like a first appearance of anything, but this cover is very expensive. Strange Worlds from Another World, number 4, $16.99. People love. I mean, I love horror covers like this. I don't even like horror movies. I don't even like them. I just like looking at like the horror stuff. It's interesting to me to look at. I mean, the reason why this is expensive, first appearance of Bizarro. Superboy number 68, first appearance of Bizarro. So that's going to be more. So $13.99. But it's rare do you see it's like Golden Age. It's interesting. Obviously, a first appearance makes a huge difference. But a lot of times with the Golden Age, it has to do with like cover and what's on the cover, because there wasn't that many first appearances that matter anymore, because a lot of, I mean, the first appearance of the bee, right, the red bee, he doesn't exist anymore, so no one cares about him. But this is Teenage Romances number 41. This is a Matt Baker cover. So if you have a Matt Baker cover, it's going to command more value. It's like an artist, but there's not as much of that anymore. Like, yeah, sure, Jim Lee, if he does a run on Batman and it's a good run, it's going to command a little more. But, like, and Todd McFarlane's run on Spider-Man. But if Todd McFarlane randomly did a comic book, like, now, like, would it command that much more if it wasn't, like, a variant or anything like that? Not really. It's not going to be more expensive than the ones before or after in the series. 5v2 got a 2.5, $19.99. All right, now on to some more expensive stuff. Adventure Comics 247. First appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. 2.5, $16.99. Actually, this is not more expensive stuff. I lied to you. I was just going down. I thought they were getting more expensive. Spider-Man 20. First Scorpion, $4.99. First Silver Age appearance of Captain America. Captain America died, and then they brought him back. Or died on, I think they just stopped making him. I mean, they tell in this, they tell that he froze in ice. But that's not how he ended in the Golden Age. The last issue of Captain America wasn't him falling out of a plane and into the ocean and being put in ice. That's how they told this story in number 4 of the Avengers. But this came out in what, 64? 64. It came out in 64, but his last Golden Age appearance was 1954, 1955, somewhere around 54, 55, 56. So there was a near decade of no Captain America. He didn't appear in anything. And I think he just ended. Like, there was no, like, farewell or anything like that. The line ended at the end of the story, and that was it. So, but in this, they tell it that's why he didn't exist. I'll have to look it up. $9.99. Here we go. We got First Silver Age Vision. What grade is this? Didn't I just show this? Oh, I showed the 9.0. This is a 4.0. $2.39. Again, all these are for sale. And we have an auction going on. Catwoman appearance. $35.99. This is pretty high grade for this book. What year is it? 51. Yeah, they start getting a little more rare by the like 54 and 55 DC comics are actually really rare to get in high grade during that time. First, Harley Quinn, $5.99. First Silver Surfer, $4.49. CBCS one, there we go. First Black Panther, $4.29. And I did a video on this, and I believe it's very close, but I believe Black Panther came out before Black Panther, the political group. I believe that's how it went. The original concept. The published date, I think it was like very around the same. But they didn't know about each other. That's the thing. They each came up with it separately. And that's why they wanted to change Black Panther's name. Because Stan Lee, I believe Stan Lee, Stan Lee didn't want to be associated with the political movement because the political movement got more popular. He got more popular. So they changed him to just the Panther for a bit. Roy Thomas hated that in the Avengers run, so he put in Black Panther. Then they tried to change him to the Black Leopard. That happened one time in Fantastic Four, either 119 or 112. I can't remember which one it was. He called himself the Black Leopard because technically Black Panthers are leopards. They're one and the same. They just have a color variant. That's all it is. It's like a lab. You know, you have a brown lab and a yellow lab, one and the same, just different coat of color. I think Black Panthers, the animal, exists only in certain areas. And if you get close to a Black Panther, which I suggest, you should go to the zoo right now and jump over into his enclosure. Get real close. You can see the leopard printing through the black. So it's actually the same leopard printing that you see that's like black, orange, yellow, whatever color, brown, that kind of. It's the same color, but it's just very, very, very dark. So you get up, same pattern. You can see it in pictures. What is this? Flash 139. 689. Oh, here we go. First appearance of Wolverine. 1349. By the way, Kevin Feige did not want Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine, right? Is that how it goes? Something like that. It's like, oh yeah, he's like, you had a good send-off, Hugh Jackman. Just leave it at that. Bad decision. Terrible decision. I'm glad that he's back. And here we go. Hulk 181, Deadpool. Here we go. Wolverine, Deadpool. 96, 599. Silver Surfer number 1. Got a lot of keys. 469. Again, have an auction going on, so go ahead and check that out. Oops. And then here we go. Miles Morales. First one. CBCS. 94. 389. That's it. Have an auction going on. Go check that out. Have a great day.